All right, guys, brand new channel, first upload. Welcome to Mow-Joe's Lawn Care. My name is Joe. This is my son, Skylar.
Yep.
Been mowing grass on and off, on the side for a long time. I myself have had the name Mow-Joe's Lawn Care for 22 years, 21 years, something like that. Anyhow, we've been mowing a lot of grass here lately. I may talk about more of that in the future on what it is that we're doing. But we picked up Lil John, nicknamed this thing Lil John,
Yep.
right out of the gate.
Yeah, I think we nicknamed it that before we even got it, technically, while we
Yeah,
were
I think
still on the way to get it.
That's true. Skylar, tell them why we picked up Lil John.
So to mow grass, to get in a bunch of little gates, big mower like this, 52-inch, or that 60-inch, won't get through the little gates. So you need a little 36, and that's what this is, a little stand-on.
The first week of this current endeavor that I may talk about in the future, we had to push mow 10 backyards.
Yep.
With the
10 out of 20. Gosh, how many was it?
21 or
20, yeah,
or was
that sounds
24?
right.
Yeah, it's about 40%.
Yeah.
About 50% of our yards have a fenced-in backyard, but about 40% of our yards have a fenced-in backyard with a small enough gate.
I think
so.
Yeah, and I think there's only 2 that you can get through the gate with that one.
That's
right?
true. I think that's right.
So yeah,
2.
Pretty much, if they got that first week, pretty much if they had a fence, we was push mowing it.
Exactly.
So that's why we got this.
Yes. So found a great deal on a John Deere 636M that only had 74.5 hours on it.
Yep.
Less than 100 hours.
Yep.
Got what I feel is a great deal on it. I was even pumped. I already had a chute blocker over here, but I was pumped. It even already had a chute blocker. So we were going to be able to start using it right out of the gate. But we quickly learned the day we got it that it wasn't going to work for us long term. This one here has already spoiled us. Skylar, tell us a little bit about why we don't like this chute blocker. And this one is a advanced chute system, and this one is a Qwikchute. But tell us about the issues. There's a couple different issues here, 2 or 3 different
So for
issues.
one, with this chute blocker, Qwikchute, it's flush all the way up with the deck. So there's nothing that gets out at all, and there's nothing that flies up towards you or towards your face or anything.
Yeah.
And whenever it's up, it's completely out of the way,
look,
and all you have is the
deck.
the width of the deck.
Yeah,
is there.
that's what's sticking out the furthest is the deck. This is Oakley, by the way, a Silver Lab. Oakley. The other one running around here is Bella.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so we love that. And over here,
This is the advanced chute systems. I don't know what it is. Got it with it. But so for one, if you can tell, it's hitting that spring.
Yes.
The handle hits that spring at all times.
yes,
It's not as bad once you lower the deck down. So that's where you would mow.
Yep.
But it is a lot worse if you raise the deck all the way up.
It is. And even when you
So-
open the handle,
Yep.
Bella, watch out.
But-
go ahead and open it up.
Well, I was going to show them this down here at the bottom. It's not completely flush. You can see there's a little bit of gap in between the deck and this, and it ends up getting a bunch of grass. As you can tell right here, there's a ton of grass that's just been stored there.
Yes.
And it flies up on your motor.
It don't seal off good at all.
Yep.
The grass goes straight up and lands on top of the engine.
Yep.
And restricts the airflow for cooling the engine, and it does it in 10 seconds.
Yep. And
If
it
you're
flies up in your face.
Yeah,
and
if you're in the right kind of grass, literally that thing will be full in a matter of seconds. Now, it might be a poor install. I
Yep.
don't really know. Maybe these are a one-size-fits-all kind of deal.
Yep.
But even when the deck is down, but you were to open it up, it still hits that spring.
Yep.
Look at that. And it pushes the spring over into the frame.
Yep. And this one, this chute blocker doesn't go all the way up out of the way.
That's
So
right.
it's actually thinner to get in gates whenever it's closed. So whenever it's open, it shoots out kind of somewhat like a normal little chute
Flap
that's on
or-
a
Yep,
mower from the factory.
that's right.
Um,
But this one always adds to the width of the gate.
versus this one,
because
will
even
be-
when this is closed, it's adding about an inch to.
yeah.
so-
So this one completely out of the way when it's up. This one is adding, I don't know, 8 inches or something. I don't know.
Yeah, quite a bit.
And then when this one's closed, it
So-
still adds like an inch.
Yeah.
And when this one's closed, oop, wrong way, it also adds maybe like an inch. I don't know, but they're close. But this one actually seals up to the deck, so then you're
It
not
does.
blowing grass up on your motor and in your face and
It
everything.
does. And this one, so we've got two gates that are extra small, like below 40 inches.
Yep.
We have two that we're going through where we are actually rubbing on the chute blocker
And rubbing on the tire.
and rubbing a little bit on that tire as we're going through those two gates. So that inch that's being added right here is actually still affecting us
Yep.
on
So-
two gates.
Basically, if we were to put this chute, I don't know about this exact model, but a Qwikchute on this mower, we would be able to flip it up, probably not have to scrub
Yeah,
on
that's what we're
through those
thinking.
gates. That's what we're kind of hoping.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. And then Skylar, show us what kind of situation we've got going on with the spring when you do actually
Oh yeah.
raise
So-
and lower. I'll get you like a close up while he's raising and lowering the
Yeah.
deck.
So I'm not going to go up all the way because I don't think you can even make it go all the
Yeah.
way up. But as
Look
you
at
can
that.
tell, when it's pretty high up there, it's pushing on that spring
Yeah.
pretty good. And especially if you were to try to open it
Oh yeah.
right now.
It's ridiculous. And he's got it up about as high as we ever go up with it. And it's not even raised all the way up. But we normally get it up enough that we're not dragging the blades on the ramp there. But still, we would love to be able to raise this thing up all the way and never touch that spring. So what we've got over here is a Qwikchute for the little John Deere 636M. So anyhow, just thought this would make a decent first upload. Wanted to talk about something real that's going on that we're about to do. I'll probably chime back in, even if we don't get this put on today, I'll probably chime back in before I upload this video and let you see the final product. One of the things I'm concerned about, I've already watched a video of a guy that put one of these on one of these and he cleared everything, including that gas tank. That gas tank looks like it would be in the way, but I think if we install it correctly, it will it'll miss that gas tank. Because part of the deal is this chute blocker is huge. This one is smaller, so if we're just covering up the hole itself and not, all right, sorry about that, I accidentally stopped the video, but this one over here is just so huge that if maybe we're only plugging up, maybe the chute blocker is smaller. I haven't even opened the box yet, so I don't know. Anyhow, I'll chime back in, let you know how the install went. We actually have something else that we want to tackle before we get to this. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Sit tight for another minute or two. We'll show you what this thing looks like installed. All right, guys, it's actually a couple days later. We put this on the other night, and sorry about everything being wet or the rain maybe that you can hear on the roof. But we were going to take this out and use it today, and we were going to shoot a little video in the field showing y'all this before we used it and got it all dirty. But this install went really well. This thing fits so much better than the one over there in the floor. It's just a much nicer fit, right, Skylar?
Yeah, it does fit way better. It's not in the way as much.
Yeah. So look, all right, so that spring was a big deal. Look at this.
Yep.
That whole thing does not touch the spring at all.
Yep, even when it's
to
lower,
raise and lower.
all the way, because now we can go all the way up with it. You're not gonna be
Yeah,
able
for
to
the
see
first
it on the
time,
video.
we're
But-
actually raising the deck all the way up.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it's like a perfect fit. Skylar, operate that thing a time or two.
Yeah. So it just flips open like that. Flips closed.
Yeah. It even fits in place. Open it up again. It fits in that little spot really good. I don't know if we showed this before, but this other chute blocker, close it, Skylar, was actually hitting the hydraulic filter, and the hydraulic filter is bent a little bit. Kind of crazy. I need to replace that because, you know what I mean? You bend a filter, it's going to restrict the oil flow inside the filter and that type of stuff. But it's just a much nicer product. Here's something that's really weird. This one, as far as opening and closing, actually works a little better than the one on the Gravely. The one on the Gravely, you really have to lean on that slingshot effect, the momentum of opening and closing it. And they tell you that you need to do that. This one, you can almost open it and close it slowly.
Mm-hmm.
See that? Because you don't have to really lean on, slingshotting that thing where the momentum is helping you. It's, I don't know. We really like it a lot. So there's a little comparison. And look, this might not be on some models, on some mowers, maybe this thing works great. I don't know. But in our experience on the little John Deere, this is far superior between these two anyhow. So anyhow, that's it. Skylar, any last words?
No, I was just going to say it is a little thinner as far as, or we think it's going to be a little thinner as far as like how the overall deck.
That's true. We need to show that. So it's pretty thin already, but open it up, Skylar.
Yeah, now it don't stick out any,
that.
whereas that one, stuck out. When it was open,
Yeah.
it was stuck out
That's
way
right.
further.
It was it was coming out here. Then when it was closed, it was like probably a little thicker than this one. But look at that. So we've got two gates where we were going through, scrubbing, just barely touching, going through the gates. Now we can probably go through those two smallest gates without touching at all. So we're pretty tickled about it. So anyhow, all right, guys, let us know what you think about this video channel, these chute blockers. Anyhow, I'm not sure what we'll go on to do with this channel. Maybe some cool stuff. I honestly don't know at this point, but that's where we're at. All right, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.